Happy Tuesday, grade 3-4s. Today we are going to be talking about division, and I know we've already talked about division, but we're going to be talking about division with remainders. So what I would like you to do before you're watching this video, you should have watched the video previous to this that teaches you basically what a remainder is. And instead of me going over that and doing the same thing, I'm going to take the word problem from last week's problem of the day, and I am going to show you what solving a problem with remainders would look like. So the first one does not have any remainders, and the last one does have remainders. All right, so we'll get started. So our first question is that Dominic has 63 cookies that he wants to share with 9 friends. Okay, how many cookies would each friend get? So when you're doing word problems, it's a good idea to use the cube strategy that we've talked about before. Then you can underline the important information from this and underline your question at the end. So always, most of the time when we're doing cubes, we're going to circle the important information. So I know that 63 cookies is important. 9 friends is important. I'm going to underline my question that's normally at the end. I'm going to box any math words. 63 cookies, he wants to share. So normally when we are dividing, another word for division is share. C-U-B, and then E, we are going to evaluate, and then we're going to solve. So, what I've done here is, I know that he has 63 cookies, so I just went ahead and I drew out my 63 cookies already, so it is easier for you guys, so it doesn't take up so much time. And, okay, so he's going to share these cookies, and I know when I'm dividing and sharing, he's going to do it evenly, if possible, with 9 friends. So what I need to do is I need to start by looking at my 63 cookies, and I need to figure out how 9 friends can evenly have these cookies. So I probably want to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's 9 friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if I look at this, and I'm looking along the top here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I know that these are lined up properly, and 63 makes even groups. So right here I have 9 cookies along the top. So that means every row going down would be the amount of cookies that each friend would get. So now I'm going to try to circle these to see if it actually works. So I counted 9 already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now I'm going to go down and circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and my final group of 9. So now I know that these are 9 friends. So now what I have to do is to see how many cookies each friend gets, is I just need to count how many cookies are in each group. So and every group should have the same number of cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so here are my 9 groups, and there's 7 cookies in each group. So now I need to explain my answer, because that is the part of cubes, solve and explain. So I can write down each friend would get 7 cookies. And I've shown my work here, so that is all good, and I've explained my thinking. Another way that you could do this is you could work in fact families, and if you know that your answer, you know that you have 63 cookies in total, and you're working backwards, and we've already talked about how division is the opposite of multiplication, you could think, what times 9 is going to give you 63. So if you know your multiplication facts really well and you know your 9 times tables, you could count by 9 on your fingers to see what you would get, what would bring you up to 63. All right, and I know that 9 times 7 equals 63. So instead of drawing it this way, you could also solve it like this. Whatever way you choose, you just need to show your work and to be able to explain your work. All right, so part number 2. So this is where we move into remainders. So remainders is when you cannot make equal groups like this. You can make some equal groups, but the number that you have is uneven, or the numbers that you're working with are uneven and they don't go into each other equally. So you're gonna have some left over, okay? This one, 7 goes into 63 9 times, 9 goes into 7, 63 9 times, or 7 times, no remainders, okay? So let's look at this question now. If Dominic wanted to share 63 cookies with our class, so our class has 23 students in it. So here's a 2-part question. How many cookies would each student get for 1? And number 2, for B, are there some cookies left over? So again, I've drawn my 63 cookies out just to save time. And I know that I need to make 23 groups of cookies. So I need to figure out how to make 23 even groups of cookies. So I am going to start, I'm going to start with 2, because 2 seems like a good number, and go from there and see if I can make 2 groups. Because if I'm adding 23 2 times, I know that that number is going to be less than 63, so I'm going to see what I can get and see if everyone can get at least 2 cookies, and then I'll see what I have left over and go from there. All right, so I'm going to start with 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Okay, so here is 23 groups here, and if I had enough for everybody to have 3 cookies each, then I should have 23 extra dots to add 1 more cookie to each person's group. So let's just make sure that I can't add 3 to each group. So I'm going to count to see if I have 23 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I have 17 cookies left over. So that's not enough for each person in our class to get 3 because not enough people would get that. So I'm going to count my even groups and then I'm going to show my remainder. So every person in the class gets 2, so I'm going to count my even groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. So I have 23 with a remainder of, and I've already counted, 17. So that means that how many cookies would each student get? Well, each student would get, and how many are in the group? Each student would get 2 cookies. Okay, and are there some left over? Well, my 23 groups goes with my 2 cookies. So are there some left over? Yes, there would be some left over. There would be 17 cookies left over. I'm just going to draw an arrow here. There would be 17 cookies left over. Okay? So that is how you can solve with remainders. When your numbers are smaller, it's easier to work with remainders, but this was a little bit more of a challenging question. So I hope that it was clear, and we'll continue to be working with remainders all of today and most of tomorrow as well. All right, again, if you have any questions, You can let me know if you're confused on anything. Also let me know, and watch the other video before you watch this one to get a better understanding of what remainders are. All right, have a good day, guys.